Hello everyone, this is Freja Enjoy. This is Wolf Eye Dances with Dolphins. And I'm here now to give you the latest update of the amazing, wonderful, beautiful, divine ascension process that is going on Earth. Mother Earth, New Earth, the planet Earth, and this process is going on, and this year 2019 is a year that is very important. We have accelerated light codes coming into Earth, and it is much more people that are coming into this ascension process every month, every day, every week that is passing. And as I have the latest report from this. It was about this rainbow tunnel that is the very essence of this ascension process in 2019 and ongoing. Because this is the rainbow spiral, and this spiral is what is the essence of our true divine blueprint, where we, so to say, not only so to say, we come from, and what we are revealing. And this revealing is what this ascension is about. So now I'm about to give you episode 7 of this rainbow tunnel. This is the love revolution. This is Rainbow Light Tunnel 2019. Love revolution, rainbow light tunnel. We are transforming to victory. This is love unity. In this ascension process, it is for people not always easy because of many reasons. One reason is simply that when you get information maybe from different sources, because different beings, human beings, different kind of what you call them, I don't know, maybe ascension guide, maybe angelic beings, or what we prefer to call ourselves. This can be slightly different. And as I am an ascension guide, I am grounded in my physical body. I am grounded in my physical body's feelings. And I am maybe the ascension guide that is pointing out strongest of all how important this is. Because this is important as we have changing structure. We are upgrading our DNA, and our physical body is also upgrading. It's coming to more and more crystalline structure. You can sometimes see this actually when you have a strong sunlight on your skin. You can see the crystals in your skin. But don't look, and if you don't see it, you think, oh, I don't see this, why don't I have this? Because it doesn't matter at all. I just say that different ascension guide will give you different information. And that's really perfect, because we are unique and different, so different people would like to have different information. What I do is I really point out how important it is that as long as you or we are on earth in a physical body, you may call it whatever, physical body, your crystalline physical body, or crystalline body, or whatever you call it. As long you are in this body, you will have feelings, because you are in this physical body, and this physical body is your sacred holy temple. And this is very important, because you have to understand that there is no building in this world that is more important than your physical body. No building in this world is more important than your physical body. That's the first thing I would like to point out. Because next step, you will understand why you should listen to your feelings, and why no feelings are better than the other. How does it come that some ascension guides say that they now have ascended so far that some feelings don't really are coming up for them? And some think then that if they say that, they try to not talk about what they feel, and they try to get people liking them on Facebook or places like social media, and they try to look like they are, you know what I say, better than they are. In that meaning that they think it's better to don't have some kind of feelings, like denser feelings, like maybe if you feel anger or sadness or things like that. And because I talk about this from experience, many years experience on like Facebook, because I've seen it all there and I experienced it. How some people did actually shut me off because they thought I did care about feelings, and they thought they were so ascended and so ascended, and they were so very high vibes, that they don't have some specific feelings. And when you listen to me when I say this, you have to really take it in, because I tell you once again that no one feelings of your feelings is better or not better. Of course, it is nice to feel joy, happiness, and all this. But this is, if you look like an instrument, you should play music. How could you play music on an instrument that has not accepted every kind of tone in this instrument? Can you hear what I say here? So that's why I was beginning to question some ascension guides. I was trying to understand what they were talking about, because it's not because I will take something from them and talk about that. It's because I'm interested to see what other kind of perspectives do other people, guides, or whatever they call themselves, have. Because sometimes I like to, how do you call it? Maybe you could say counterpart them. Because I have so much I like to give information about, but sometimes I feel when it's unbalanced, I like to come with some information that will make better balance. And this is what I do when I talk about this. Because some ascension guides are going into the totally 3D matrix ideas and work as they are in 5D matrix, the new matrix, the new paradigm, and they are not really there in all parts of their work, because they use the 3D matrix business models and networking and everything, and then they say they are totally in 5D and New Earth, and they say that they have not some special feelings on this. And they say this, and I can't say they are wrong or right. What I say is that what I can see from my perspective is that this is not balanced. And I don't think it's a good message. I mean, good in the sense that if you give this message to, let's say, children, what will they think? They will think that some of their feelings, if they feel anger or sad, that is not so good as to be happy. And this is bullshit, to be totally honest. This is bullshit. Because when you step out of the 3D matrix, the old paradigm, you will not exactly know how to go on from one day to the other. You can have inside of you focus, and you can have good intentions. The first of all thing you have to do is to be in your heart space and be true to your heart and your soul. And this is not always so very easy. It's easy to say this. I heard it so many times from people where I see there in their actions, and I can see in their eyes and how they act and react, that they don't exactly know 100% what they are talking about. And of course, I have experience of what I talk about. What I talk about, I have experience of. That's why I'm so very, I feel it's so very important to give out information about it, because I felt and saw myself how I was questioning, and how I wondered, what is this, and how can they say this? And it for me, now I am an ascension guide myself. I'm also a shamama in the New Earth. It's a new archetype we have in New Earth, 5D, fifth dimension and higher dimensions, which is a development of the old shaman concept. It's just that this is going out from the original, that was that the woman is the original healer on earth. That's why it's called shamama. So I gone through all the initiations to be a shaman, and then I developed this to shamama. So I am the one who worked through and gone into the new archetype shamama. Of course it's big, but I have to go through so much things that no one else has to go through. Like not being seen so much as other ascension guides, that people don't understand many times what I talk about. But when I go through things and talk about it like I do here in this video, and the last one, who was the episode 6 in the Rainbow Light Codes from the Rainbow Tunnel 2019, many people really understood and liked that video. So I know it's very important to go out with this information, because your physical body, how far it has gone in the ascension process to be transformed to more and more crystalline light body is not the matter. It's not the matter. Because the important thing here, the really important thing here is the sacred point, the sacred heart of it all, and that is to be true to yourself in the present moment. And to be true to yourself in the present moment means that you slow down, stay in your heart space, stay in your soul, and don't let yourself be accelerated in some kind of feelings or thoughts that you should show other people that you are better, or show other people what you think you have understood, just to show how good you are or show how much you have understood, to feel you will have acceptance from other beings, to be accepted in other human beings groups, other working places, other places, families, or whatever it is on earth. Because this is not about other people. And this is very important. It is truly about you and how you take care of yourself and what you consist of. And you, as you are a human being, we call it human being, you hear me. Mostly we are animals, truly animals. We have to understand that. I will come to this later, maybe in this video. That it's so important to understand this. I say shortly now, why I say we are animals is because the animals truly are more present in the now moment than most people are. So actually they are more wise. They are more wise. So also the most human beings don't use their capacity, their intelligence capacity and wisdom is in their physical body, and it comes together with the feelings. If you don't understand how important your physical body together with your feelings are to be truly present in the now moment, you have to stop, breathe, stay, do meditation after meditation after meditation, go inside and feel what this is all about. And don't go outside of yourself and begin to let your inner chatter in your brain, the old thought systems, the old belief systems in your brain, the old programmings, don't let them come and disturb you. Because they will come and tell you all kind of things just to try to trick you to go back to where you were before. And if you want to be something like, you want to be true to yourself, you want to live a divine life, which is true happiness and joy. That's what it is. Because you're yourself, closer and closer to who you really are. But if you want to do that, you can't stay in the old where you were. You have to go forward. And to do that, you have to feel and see what you have to leave. But you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush. When you hear this now, when you hear me say this, don't rush. It's no rush. It's no stress in this. You can totally relax. You can absolutely relax more than you ever did before. Because this comes to you when you accept it and you relax into it, and you can, what I mean here also with accept is that you let go of all the old belief systems and thought systems that was keeping you in some groups of people that say you should think like this person, or maybe like God or Jesus or whatever. I don't often hear people talk about what Maria said or what Sophia said or things like that. I have to be totally honest. And I don't come from a background where I don't have experiences from all kind of different religious people and groups or political, because I've gone through all that myself. So this is all about balance. It's coming back to balance all the time, this what I talk about. So if you understand these two things, that we call it human being, but why do we call it human being if we don't even use our brain capacity, which we don't? And it's not about the left and right brain. It's about it, a little part, but it's not at all the biggest picture about it. Because that is all the other senses. That is on other dimensions. And here it comes in that we are multidimensional beings when we are born to this life on earth. We already are multidimensional beings. So we have all this in our blueprint. So to reach to these parts of our blueprint, we need to take away old layers. And what are these layers? These layers, very easy said, is most of your old belief systems, most of your old thought systems. And what is old belief systems? Example of old belief systems is religious systems, political systems, and other systems. But I say those two because maybe they are the most important, maybe. You should not confuse this with that I, in any sense, look down or judge these systems or people who are in them or believe in them. I don't judge. I don't look down at anyone. One thing why I can't do that. It's not about that I think that I shouldn't do that and then I say this. It's not about that. It's about that I have experienced myself to go through all this. I have been in the religious system myself. I have been in the political system myself. So I know what I thought, I know what I went through, and I know what it means and what it doesn't mean. And a lot of other things too. So how could I ever judge or look down? Because I know it all. I was there and I left it myself. And this maybe sounds like, so what? But it's the actual opposite. Because that is the way you should have compassion. It is divine compassion for all living life forms on earth this is about. It's compassion for all living life forms. It goes that deep. So, when you understand, when you have gone through, the more you go through in your life. So I knew very early, because very good people in my life, I met sometimes here and there, told me they could see I was a teacher very early, but I have to go through so much, and I have to go through most of all to be patient and very seldom be really seen for what I have to give. I don't know how it's going to work in the future, because I'm not having a schedule that I have to follow like a slave. I practice what I talk about. So I let most of things in my life present them for themselves for me, not the opposite. And the thing is here that then I did understand myself deep inside of myself. So I gave myself challenges. I talk about it in one of my YouTube videos. I will give information under this video about that video where I talk about these big challenges. So I constantly have done that for decades in my life, given myself challenges, because I knew deep down inside in myself that I have to go through so much myself to know. And this is true knowing. This is true knowing. This is not knowing by one experience or two experiences. This is like constantly going through experiences, because the focus is on that development inside of me. And so there I'm a little bit different there. I don't look especially different, but inside I am a little bit different there, because I really understood this about myself very early. But I also knew that I couldn't really explain or tell others about this. So now at this age, I'm 65 now. People don't believe that, because they think I look like 30 most of the time and things like that, because I am like also a shapeshifter. So the thing is that I am going through changes most of the time in different layers. This is like my path. It is my path. And this about your body here, in your physical body. You have wisdom. You have wisdom. You may heard about that some people say, and you can also find books about this, where authors have written about that your body remembers things that you have gone through. Your body remembers your feelings in different situations. Your body remembers when you was hurted, you were happy, some things you were injured, and sadness and anger, and lessons that was good. You were having good experiences and you went through it. Your body remembers everything. So some people have some maybe physical massage in the body, or they do breathing exercises and things like that. And this is very good, because it helps your physical body to release feelings. And you don't need to know exactly what it is you release. The more important thing is, if you feel this is what you would like to try or do, that you do it and just go through it. You don't need to analyze and put out exactly what it is. If there is some healers or people who try to make you buy things because they say they know what you need or not need, I think you should be careful, because other people can give you examples of what they have gone through, and that's a good way. if they can say, I went through this and it worked for me, but if they try to be supervising you and say they know more about you than you can know, I think you should be careful about what they say to you. You can listen, but take your own advice. Take your own advice. Listen to yourself. Take your time to go through if it was something you should adopt what they said to you. So, this is about you making a new communication and a new contact with yourself. It is not something you do once and for all. Like, okay, I did it for 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and now it's fixed, so I will always have that contact. No. It doesn't work that way. Because, why do I say I talk to universe? Why do I say I am a galactic being and those things, instead of talking from a religious perspective, like saying, I get my advices from God, I have my sayings from Jesus or something? Because I'm not limited to something like religious ideas. And this is not the same as I say it's not good or I say it's bad. I say nothing like that. I say that when you put a label on something, you many times then have ideas about exactly how you should act to be a good one of that and that. You know, I think many people understand what I mean, but I will take an example. If you are a Christian, you would take out example from how Jesus lived and did. And you can do that. But if you do that instead of going inside and looking at yourself in the present moment, learning to take your own advices and see what is said from your physical body and your feelings. And then you can maybe question if some sayings from someone else is applying to you. But it shouldn't be the first thing you do. It shouldn't be the first thing you do. But you can do it. And do it as long as you feel it is your path. Because it would not be a good advice from me to say that if you are Christian, if you are some kind of religious group, or if you are in a belief in God or Jesus and you take a lot of sayings from them, or you are political working, if I would say that, you have to stop that. You know, if I would say that, I wouldn't believe in myself anymore, because it's not me. I would never say that. Because the truth is, the divine truth is that you are perfect. You are perfect. And what I mean with that, to say that you are perfect, is that wherever you are in your life path, that is where you should be. So you have your standing point in your life situation, in your path of your life on earth now. And from that, you can actually change how you want it to be. But I can give you some tools, which I do. I give tools to people. I give tools I worked with myself that helped me go further forward, leaving old belief systems and old thought systems. Because being a free being doesn't mean to have no responsibilities. It means to have total responsibility for yourself and your life and your development, your divine development. And if that has nothing to do with religion or politics or social media or anything in 3D Matrix. It has to do with your own divine being, who you truly are, your divine truth. So when I say that you have to understand that your physical body is your temple, when you go deeper into that, you will eventually understand how important it is that you stop, talk to yourself, look, how do you take care of your sacred holy temple, your physical body? How do you take care of it? How? What do you do to listen to your physical body? Truly listen. Do you take your own time when no one can disturb you and only listen to your body? What do you do together with your own body? Just you and your physical body. What do you do? Do you do anything that is not involved with other human beings or beings? That is only you and your sacred holy temple, your physical body. Think about these things. So, how important is it what you eat? This is important because your physical body are renewing itself in cycles. What you put in your body will be the stones you build your new emerging body, physical body with. So sometimes in my life today, I can sacrifice my beliefs about I'm a vegan, but I'm also shaman practice. I'm practicing shamanic practice. Some people will not understand this if I don't talk very long time, so I'm not going to do that, but I can say that in the face of what I meet that comes to me, I can sacrifice parts of my beliefs sometimes to stay present in the moment and be with what is surrounding me, as long as it's not really is harmful for me, anyone else, or anything else. So that can include sometimes things that you would say a vegan will not eat this sometimes, or do this, and other things too. But then I know exactly why I do it. I know when I do it, where, with whom. So I have it very, very grounded in myself. And I do talk to my body. I take time to ask my body, to take care of my body. If I see things coming up related to these things I experience. So this is done very consciously. So I don't react. If I do say something sometimes to people, because I may realize that they had a very nice point there that made me understand that, wow, I really live different than this person do. Some people may feel that I am judging them and I was reacting, but that's not the case, because I did it recently, and then I did say to this person, thank you very much for showing me that I have come far away from this way of living. So I was very grateful to this person, very grateful and thankful. I'm not sure this person did understand at that point that I really meant that, because maybe this person thought I was judging. I told this person, I am not judging you, because I really honor your path. I honor your path. I honor what you believe in. But thank you, because you made me understand and see that I have changed a lot. So then I said thank you, I'm grateful, and blessings. But still, there can be people who tell me and think that I am reacting. But I said this was a conscious choice. I was acting. And my acting was to tell this person I was grateful for them showing me this through what this person said. Some of these cases, you have also to be brave, because you can be misunderstood. Sure, you can be very misunderstood by other beings. But that is going to happen whatever you do in your life. Remember that. It's not only happening when you are developing and you go forward. It's always going to happen in your life. If you stay in the old of your life and kind of get stuck there, you're still going to have people around you sometimes who don't understand you, or misunderstand you, or have this or that feelings about what you said or how you acted, and you don't agree. But it doesn't matter, because the important thing is that you are pure in yourself. And what do I mean with to be pure in yourself? I mean, you have a task in your life, and that is to clean yourself. One of the ways to clean yourself is to take away old layers. Old layers are old belief systems and old thought systems. Then you have your physical body. When you have your physical body and you understand that this is a sacred holy temple that you live in and have to take care of to function in the best possible way, as who you are, with your blueprint, from your blueprint, your divine blueprint, then you have to be conscious that it's purposeful to learn different ways to purify yourself. And the purification you in time need to go through is in all layers of what you consist of in energy bodies, so to say. Like you have your physical body, you have different energy bodies. You have emotional energy body, you have spiritual energy body, you have your mental energy body, you have your physical energy body, and so on. So if you like to go into this, because all this is actually what your physical body is. Your physical body is not only your physical body, because it co-works with all your other energy bodies. Your physical body is working together with all your other energy bodies. This is also a reason why you should be very careful with and about your physical body. Because if you don't, you can't actually have good communication with your other energy bodies. You can go to places where there are people who have Kirlian photography or other advanced technology, and they can take photographs on your aura, your energies around you, and so on. Excuse me, but I will say now blah, blah, blah. Because this is not the important thing. In the beginning, when people learn about these things, when they never heard about it before in this lifetime, they may have to have long time, like to come to a deeper understanding. They can't take in all at the same time. It has to take time. And for me, I have to understand this because I've gone through this myself. Even if I was so focused to go through deeply, most people are not like that. That's why I'm an ascension guide, and that's also why I'm an unusual ascension guide who are pointing out how important your physical body, and I'm also now explaining why it's so important with your physical body to honor your physical body, and how much time you need to honor your physical body, and what it actually means to honor your own physical body. That's what I have been talking about, I think maybe the last 15 minutes or something. So this is something I do now in the end of this year 2019. That is a very important year. So in this rainbow tunnel, this is now very important that you and people in the ascension process and anyone who likes to develop themselves, because develop yourself in this sense, the divine sense, means that you are going to live in a more beautiful way, because you are a divine being of light and love. That is the truth. And to come closer to this divine being you truly are, you actually have to do some work. It's not going to come just by you think that you once saw Jesus, or you once had the communication with God, or you once was that, or you have that education, or you have achieved that. Because the only thing that truly matters is how do you take care of yourself now, in the present moment. And that present moment is renewing itself constantly. That's why this is true when people say that the only thing that is always happening is change. Change is always happening. That's the only thing that you can surely say it's always happening. It's always change. You can see somewhere in the 3D matrix that some companies and social media and some places, they try to copy, you know what I mean with that? That they try to make you believe they had done deeper changes just by appearing in another way on the outside. Many times it's not about that. They just do it to make you feel that, oh, now it's something new. But what is this something new? So don't get fooled there. This is the outer world. And there is so much things going on that many times you have to learn and see what's not important for you. And when or when not important for you. And this here, it comes to the point where I will connect your sacred physical body with the feelings, your emotions. This is your emotional energy body. All your feelings is in your emotional energy body. So how does it work? If Ascension Guide actually say that he or she has a high high vibrations, that is, and they are always in this high vibration, but they say also is that these high vibrations mean that you are not having some feelings. Some of the feelings that is actually normal to have, how high vibrations you ever have, they say they don't have, because they have so high vibration that they actually don't have some specific feelings. So how is that happening? That is happening because also Ascension Guides are human beings. So you will find different kinds of Ascension Guides. So Ascension Guides who go out with this message is Ascension Guides that have that path. They have the path. And they also have to in some way realize one day that they have to accept all their feelings and take it in. But there can also be a communication blockage. So they don't like to tell people about that they actually are dealing with all their feelings, but they don't want people to know that, because they want to put out to people that they are so high vibing guides or teachers that actually don't experience some things and feelings. I wouldn't take that for something I believe in. I don't do that. But it took some time to go through to understand this. So I don't look down on them and I don't judge them. What I do is I go through to understand this, to understand it so I can leave it. Then I can leave it. I don't have to stay and listen to everything. So I know how I should. If I see something they write, I don't read so much they say anymore, because there is not so much for me to understand anymore about them. Maybe it will come when they change. I don't know. I'm not worrying about that. But what I say is that you really should listen to what I have to say here. And that is that your feelings, all your feelings, you have to accept. Because I have been high vibe since I was a child, and I can see clearly my path and the layers I put around myself to survive. So I know so deep about this. And when I developed and took away then all those layers, I may not have the feelings that long time, and they don't hurt me as they did, because I didn't know how to deal with them, because it was so much and it was layers, and I used so many different things to survive. So I took away all that. And what happens when you take away those old layers, it is that you still have all those different kind of feelings with different kind of situations. But some of them may come up very, very quickly, and you can deal with them very quickly too. This depends on how you work with this yourself and how much you understand about how your feelings work and how much you can accept your feelings and take care of your own feelings. This is important, that your feelings are truly guidelines They are guides for you. So, can you hear me? Why is it so important that you have contact and accept all your feelings? Even these so-called low dance feelings, like sadness, anger, and things like that. Because they have a message. Listen carefully. If you avoid or shut down or bypass some kind of feelings, it also means that you are actually saying no to the advices they come with, because they give you some kind of information, some kind of guidance, some kind of information how you should and can, and you have to choose how to navigate when this feeling comes up. Take an example. I take an example here. Let's say that you feel fear. Why do you feel fear? For the first, if you say to yourself, I can't feel fear, so I have to bypass. And what it means to bypass is that you actually don't accept or agree that you actually feel that you are afraid of something. So you will put it down inside of yourself. It's like putting it's like closing something inside. Close the door. Let it be inside in the darkness. Don't deal with it. That's what's happening. Doesn't matter if you are high vibe and do this. It's the same as if you are low vibe. It doesn't matter. It's the same happening if you bypass something. So why is it important? Because this feeling that came up has a message, and it's you who have to use your higher logic to decode what is the message now to you. And second, you don't need always to understand it directly. It can sometimes take a while before you understand the actual message this situation and these feelings had to you. But what is always important is that you accept the feeling and take it in and accept it and love it because this feeling is helping you. It's actually helping you. And this is what it's about, to have a big heart and to be in love with yourself and your own life. That's the beginning to love other and life around you, is to love your own life and everything you are and all your capacities, your physical bodies, wisdom, and your feelings. And this is actually what Love Revolution is about. This is what Rainbow Light Tunnel is about. This is what it's about to transform into victory. And this is love unity. So how is it that you feel different things? You can feel them physically, you can feel them like etherically, you can feel... What is all this? It's that feelings, emotions, is not only what you can decode and feel like, can you begin to tell yourself and look at yourself, how is it I feel? What do I feel? Do I feel it in my mind? Do I feel it in my physical body? Is it something that is feeling in my physical body? Or is it some kind of feeling deep inside that's coming up from my past? This is about not only the word feelings and emotions. This is to try to decode and identify what is this all about, because everything you experience, you experience through some kind of feeling and emotion. The fifth, sixth, seventh sense and so on. You can say, when you use the human language, they are different kind of emotions and feelings. Because this is like antennas. The feelings are like antennas. You can look at a cat and you look at the tail of a cat and you can see how the cat is moving its tail very slowly or very quick and things like that. It's small movements. What is that? What is that? It's feelings, it's emotions, but it is antenna. It is really that cat is in the present and is navigating. I really hope that you hear what I say. You can look at a dog and look at a dog's ear, and you will see, or a horse ear. You can see how they move. It's small movement. What is this? This is feelings and emotions. But you have to reconstruct maybe what you believe is your limited belief about what feelings and emotions is, because it's much more. This is what higher logic is about. This is what higher logic is about. It is to expand your knowledge to multidimensionality. From your knowing in your physical body and from knowing in your emotional bodies into your brain. So you can talk to yourself. So it's very important once again to point out that no one is better than the other, really. Because when it comes to talk about what is good and not good, you have to decide that yourself, because it's about you. It's not about anyone else. When you choose to have a relationship with other beings, human beings or animals or other beings, creatures on earth, it's your choice. You don't really need it. It's your choice. So if you don't know why you have these relations, it's maybe time for you to ask yourself why you have these relations and what you are doing or not doing, what you are repeating about yourself, or what you like to go forward with inside of yourself in relation to those outer relationships you have. Because it's your choice. No one else can choose for you. It's your choice. You are the one who chooses for yourself. Because it's your life. It's your freedom. And to have that true divine freedom means that you are the one who have responsibility for everything that's happening in your life. The better, the worse, the beautiful, the not so beautiful. Everything is your responsibility. It's your responsibility. So, to have this true inner peace, it's important that you understand about how big this energy field around you is, that is called emotional energy body, or feeling, the energy body of your feelings. because it's not only the limited understanding of what feelings or emotions is, or not even what you can look in. There is authors who have written whole books about the emotional intelligence back in time. You can look it up and Google it. But the thing is that this is going further. This is evolving. Everything is evolving. And now, in December 2019, this is expanding and this is accelerating. This is accelerating. So what we do now is we are preparing us, you, me, everyone. We are now preparing for going into the 2020. And this is an amazing year we have in front of us. So, if you understand these things I talk about and go deeper into this, you will have a great advance in 2020 to help yourself to have a greater happiness. This greater happiness is nothing really that's going to happen to you. It's inside of you. It's inside your heart. It's inside your physical body. It's together with your feelings because this gives you true pleasure. To have this balance with yourself, to have this balance with yourself and everything you consist of, the closer you come to your true divine blueprint. You will feel more pleasure, more enjoyment. You will enjoy yourself and your life. And I say, point it out once more. It doesn't have much to do. I wouldn't say it has nothing to do, but it has not so much to do with how it appears around you. It has mostly to do with how you feel and how you take care of your feelings, your emotions, how you can work together with yourself and everything you are. And this is also what makes you be able to take care of your feelings in a way that you feel that you actually are working together with yourself. And this gives you even more pleasure and enjoyment. So I hope you can hear what I say here. This development is going to give you more enjoyment in yourself, inside of your heart, inside of your body, your physical body, inside of everything that you are. This is not something anyone can take away from you. Listen, please listen very careful what I say now. This is not something anyone can take away from you. This is the ultimate freedom. The ultimate freedom is that when you own yourself, your true self, no one can take this away from you. And actually, this is the only thing you can own in your whole life on earth. This is the only thing you truly can own in your life on earth is yourself. So why should you focus to own other things? Yeah, you may have a good influence on other people by owning some things. If that is the purpose, that's maybe a very, very good purpose. But you should not forget or look at what should come first in your development. But this is your choice. It's nothing I say you should do it like this or this. It's your choice. I just say how I see it, my perspective from where I come from. And I tell you once again that I'm not looking down on anyone or judge anyone, because I've gone through this all myself, so I know how it is to be on these different places. So I have given advice to thousands of people all over the world. And I am a very laid back, easygoing person. And I can talk a lot sometimes, like when I do this video, but I can also keep quiet a long time. So I'm also a wilderness guide. So I can stay and be out in my mountain tent in the wilderness long times, only with the nature and the wild animals around me. And I enjoy this enormously. I have the 100% experience of equilibrium and ecstasy together with nature, and especially the birds and other animals around me when I am in my tent. I love that. But then I am guided. Of course I'm guided. I'm guided. It's a part of my life to be guided and to see and know how I am guided, and take absolute confidence and gratefulness in that I am guided. So this guide, to be guided and have different downloadings and getting in light codes and having a different kind of messages, it's actually coming from my own higher selves. So this is a part of the realization. You don't have to understand this. You don't have to do this yourself. I just tell this can be the case for some people. Like for me, I am now also an ascension guide. So as that, and also a natural healer, I have this going on to develop and reveal in myself layers after layers, and take them away and reveal what is coming in. It's two parts there, or more, of course, that the actual guidance I get, you can see it like, yeah, this is parts of myself. My divine blueprint is just other dimensions, and when I reach them and communicate with them, I have the guidance. But also, it's not possible really to explain in words. I have to say this, because, you know, this is actually this way that the human language, this language I talk now, is limiting what I see and know in my heart and my soul and my multidimensional being. So I try to explain things by these words. I am also the one ascension guide that is very clear on that I don't think this language is the ultimate way for me to explain, but it is truly the best way to try to explain for other human beings on earth now. And I'm so grateful for YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for being here. Thank you, YouTube. You are great social media. I'm so grateful, because this is a good opportunity to reach other people. And it's a lovely way to have the possibility, I think myself too, to listen on YouTube, on YouTube videos, because it's kind of alive. You listen to a voice who's speaking. You just don't read. You also listen. You can feel a lot of things going through the words that is spoken. Because my high vibrations is actually going through the video. So when I give out this, I give out light codes in my video. The light codes will reach you. They reach you when you are open to receive. I will not say that everyone will have these light codes. I say I give them out. And the people, the ones who are open to receive, will receive. And the ones who are open to receive in your heart, in your soul, in your energy bodies, in your physical body, any one of your energy bodies, will take in what is appropriate, the right time, the divine timing to take in right now. So what you can do is you can actually go back to these videos I make on YouTube and listen again, and you will hear new things. You will hear new things. You will hear new things. You think, oh, I didn't hear her say this before. And that is because you have developed. So you will hear new things in what I say. This is the quality quantum energy has. This is the quality multidimensionality has. Multidimensionality have this quality that you will see and hear different things at different times in your life. So when it's a new day, a new moment for you, it can be one day and you may listen and you may have changed on one day. In 24 hours, you can change in 24 hours. You can change so much that it's actually gonna be a whole new video for you when you listen to it. Maybe you will listen after 1 week, and that's the time, it's time for you to listen to it once again. But this is important. What I put in and what's coming out through my voice is so much more than my words. It's my energy. So I'm giving out my high vibe energy, my knowledge, my experiences, my love, my light to you through this voice you hear. Through this voice you hear me speak through now. This is true part of what I am, who I am, my true self, my divine blueprint. So I really, really love to talk to you. And this is from a big heart. This is Love Revolution. This is Rainbow Light Tunnel, transforming into victory and love unity. So, it can be sometimes, it can be unpleasant. You have to know that sometimes, for longer and shorter times, it can be unpleasant to have some feelings. It can be in relation with other people or just by yourself. You can feel, what is going on? Why do I feel like this? And it's coming up thoughts, and you maybe question yourself. And remember one thing here. It's good. It's all good. This is all about balance. So don't cut it out. Don't bypass. Don't bypass this. Take it in and love it. So, what happens really when you love from another perspective? You love that you actually feel it's unpleasant to have these feelings. This is different layers I talk about. And what's actually happening is that you give love to the process. So it's going to be much more easy. And every time you manage to do this, when you accept and give it love, it will be more and more easy for you. So this is very, very important. This is a very important message I give to you when I say this. Because when I say this, if you listen carefully, you can understand that this with and about high vibes, high vibrations, it will be about how much you accept, not about the feelings. You hear me? This is about how much you accept and how much love you give to the actual feelings coming up. It's not so much about what kind of feelings. So it's totally something different than what some people talk about when they say, I don't have some feelings. And they say they are very ascended masters or whatever they call themselves, ascension guides, and they have programs to give people. And maybe the most of their programs is very good. But I would say that it's missing something. That's what I say. That's my opinion, because I have lived through this myself. So I see that from that perspective. So these programs they have will actually miss this. I tell you now that your way of accepting and loving what you are 100%, this is what will help you to have truly inner peace and be truly who you are from your divine blueprint. And that's what's important. It's not important the other layers far out on the surface of what you look to be, or what you appear to be, what you think you are, and things like that. Because the deeper inside, this is the deep waters of yourself. This is where your true treasure of yourself is hiding. The true treasure of yourself is hiding deep inside of your deep waters. Because the deep waters is like deep oceans on earth. And down there, if you don't want to look there because you think it's too dark or dangerous or you are afraid of it, whatever is hiding there is going to get stuck there. Because it's truly there your biggest treasures are. So when you begin to dive deeper into that, take it up, look at it in a new light. You will release yourself from what was stuck inside of you. And if some people tell that we are done with all the healing on earth, yeah, okay, it may be, but then you can call it something else. Don't call it that you are healing then, if you believe that we are done with the healing. Call it balancing, because that's a very nice word. Because when it comes to balance yourself and balance who you are on earth and being together with other creatures on earth, it's about developing. Because to be balanced will not stay in the same it was yesterday. It is to be true balanced is to go with your own transformation. True balance is not, it is laid back and easygoing. Yes, go with the flow and what you like to call it. At the same time, you have to know what you work with. You have to truly know what you work with. So sometimes it's not so easy. Sometimes it's feeling not so pleasant. But it is about how do you deal with it, because you can get through it very quickly. And sometimes you need to sit down by yourself and just breathe and let it be. It's your path. You choose how you do this. And of course, you have to upgrade yourself. You have to upgrade yourself. And that means work. That's work. You will get some things totally free, but then to activate them and really have them activated in you, you have to do some kind of work. And it's your consciousness to choose how you work and how you do this activation. You have activations free if you are open in your heart and mind. But some parts of you, what would it be? What kind of development would it be if you didn't have to do any kind of thinking, any kind of choosing and balancing yourself? It wouldn't be anything, because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So we are shifting. We are shifting now again. This is like about 6 months ago I was having the last episode of this love revolution. It was in July, and now it's December 2019. So now we are shifting again. This will take some time. It's not gonna take so long time, just some time. So don't be hard on yourself if you don't think you see some results. Don't wait for results to come. Just be with it and see and look where you put your own focus and how much you stay inside of your heart, and let go of all feelings that you should show people around you that you are better, or you are so wise, or you know so much. Just let that go, because this has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with who is better, who is worth, who knows the most, who blah blah blah. It has nothing to do with that, because in your heart and in your soul there is this peaceful beingness. And you can feel when you actually reach that, because you don't have this thinking, these thoughts bombarding you about what you should say or not say, or what you should show your surroundings so they understand you, or whatever. It doesn't either mean that you can't say what you like to say. Nothing. It doesn't have nothing to do with that, because that's a totally other situation. So we are shifting, and it takes some time. So these light codes that I give out now also in this video, they are going to activate you if you're open. It's powerful. So it's going to be, you're going to feel it in your body. It can be like a tornado, like a hurricane. When things inside of you will come up, more or less, to the surface, and you have to deal with them. You're going to be totally cracked open from your heart space and from all your old belief systems. You're going to feel this when it happens. So the important thing is that you accept it and take it to you and love it, because it's going to be easier if you do that. This is deep things that will come up, so the energy can go forward. Is nothing wrong because of this? Totally not. It's totally the opposite. It's totally how it should work, and it does work. It's divine truth. It works this way. So nothing is wrong, but you can't bypass. You can't bypass this. If you try to bypass, you're going to get stuck there, and you're going to stay there even if you don't realize it. It can take years sometimes in your life process, in your path, to realize that you are or was stuck in something. And it's not wrong, because maybe in this stuckness, you will finally understand how you would go forward. And to be stuck can look in many ways. It can look like a person are very civilized, a person have a high education, or is the leader of a country, religious leader or guru, officer. It can be a priest or whatever. It can look like that on the outside, but it can be a totally stuck situation. And it can be people who are very flowing, but they look maybe to you like someone who has no money and don't have this or that you think is the price or the looking of how, what maybe call it. You maybe call it to be successful. What is it to be successful? I questioned that for so many years, in decades. I was searching for answers at the same time I was studying on university and researching. And also through my book I was writing. You can see information behind this YouTube video about my book. And I wrote about the divine success, not because it's the 3D matrix idea of about what success is, because it's a totally other idea I put out there. So if you like, you can go down under this YouTube video and read about what divine success was, because it's something that came through me. So whatever comes up, stay in your heart and love it. Because then you accept it. Accept whatever comes. And this is love revolution. This is rainbow light tunnel. And this is to transform to victory. This is absolutely love unity. So if something comes up that you are ashamed of, you stop it. You stop the process. And then you say to yourself, I will accept this. I accept that I have these feelings. I accept that I have these thoughts. And I accept I am exactly who I am and what I am. So this will actually mean that you don't feel shame. There is nothing to have shame about. Of course, there is some other things that is important, and that is you should never hurt anyone. You should never hurt yourself, anyone or anything. You should be careful and nice. And also it means you should not be ashamed if you have aggressive feelings. Aggressiveness is not a bad feeling. To feel aggressive, it is about what do you do with it. So aggressiveness is something you can use for your own transformation, but then you have to be conscious about how you use it. You have to know how to use this aggressiveness, because it's a powerful tool. And it is in the 3D matrix very usual that you put down, especially girls and women, when they are aggressive. But in the aggressiveness, it can be strong power. So many times in the 3D matrix, they put it down, powerful women, when they were aggressive, because they didn't want to hear them, see them, accept them, because they could feel this is actually threatening the whole 3D matrix. And that's exactly what it did and do. But if you are brave, you learn how you take care of your feelings, as I said this whole video out. And you will learn how you take care of your aggressiveness, because it is, if you know how to take care of your aggressive feelings, a very good transformation tool. And you actually can use it to go forward, and you can absolutely have inner peace at the same time as you use your aggressiveness as a powerful tool for your own transformation forward in your life, on your life path, on your loving, peaceful life path, where you are in the present moment and love and enjoy and accept yourself and your life and what is around you, without judging yourself or anyone else. Just accepting. And if something appears that is not good for you, it can be abuse. And then when you identify that, you should immediately leave that situation. Never stay in abusive situations or relations. Never, ever. That's the one thing in this earth life you should never stay. Or if you feel you have nothing more to listen to or say to this person or in this situation, it can be your choice, but it's not that 100% important that it is when you identify its abuse. Because if you identify its abuse, you should definitely immediately leave, because this will not be good for you in any sense. Only in the perspective that you went through it, you survived it, and now you know it's enough for you. You had the experience. That's, in that sense, it's a good thing to learn from. And all this is love revolution. This is rainbow light tunnel. This is to transform to victory. And this is love unity. So, in your life, it actually can be days or moments when you feel, oh, I can't take this anymore. But you will. And this is actually things coming to you sometimes in your life, just to show you that you are actually ready to move forward and transform and leave some things in your life. And it's up to you to learn and know what it is you should leave. It can be small things, it can be big things. This is just a way to talk about it, small things and big things, because small things can be big things and big things can actually be small things. You have to try to understand what I say here. The important thing is that you learn to go through these things consciously. It's important. It's important that you learn to go through your own journey, your own life path consciously as possible. So that's what it's about. This about to go to other dimension. It's about you are born as a multidimensional being. So you are totally able to go into consciousness in other dimensions. This is about your consciousness expanding. You can expand your consciousness. And you don't need to hurry yourself. You don't need to rush yourself. You don't need to stress yourself. If you feel you want to have some kind of pressure on yourself, it's your choice. But then you should do it in a way that feels good. So you know why and how you pressure yourself. Because then your pressure on yourself will come from inner peace, and you can stay in inner peace even if you give yourself challenges and pressure. So this is all about to honor yourself. You honor yourself when you do all these things I have talked about here. You honor yourself when things come up and you accept them and you love them. You will understand what I talk about. You can feel it now. You can do this, and you don't need to deny yourself. You can feel all this, and if you don't, you will stop in your development, but you will eventually take up your development at a later point. And then you will know that at that time I was bypassing this and this in myself. So whatever comes up inside of you, love it. Love it. And it can be easy for some people to just say it, but for you, it's about to know what this is. What this is. And this is what I have been talking about the whole video. What it is to truly, divinely love yourself. And love what you truly are. And love your own path. And remember, whatever comes up in you from your inside, it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong. It's maybe sometimes it can feel wrong for you, but it's not wrong. This is the way you have to talk to yourself to understand that you can accept and love it. Because this is all for the best of you and your own development and your own beauty and what you are capable of to do and how you can live. Truly live in love, peace and light in your life together with yourself, first of all. Because that's the true and only thing that matters, not how other people see you and understand you. So this is a human journey. So it's all about to accept yourself. And from this perspective, you have to experience and understand through your own experiences. But you never have to make other people understand what you experience and understand. If it's not very important in some kind of situation, but it's not something that is really important for yourself. It's not. And this is Love Revolution. This is Rainbow Light Tunnel, and this is Transforming to Victory. And this is Love Unity. Unity. So you will rise when you are saying yes to everything you are. All your feelings, the unpleasant and the pleasant thoughts and feelings in your thought system and what you think about your feelings. And this is a process. That's how you rise in this ascension process. So, what is it to jump? You can jump anytime. It's a decision. You should be perfectly clear about what you are jumping between, how you are jumping, and that you are not bypassing when you jump. So, yeah, you can jump timelines. But then you have to know what timelines you are jumping between. And as I said, you have to know that you are not bypassing anything inside of you when you are jumping. This is very natural. And all this is very natural. So, this is about being natural, not about being normal. Because normal is something that mostly is used as a slave tool. To make people stay stuck in old belief systems and old thought systems. They talk about many times in the old paradigm what is normal. And you don't need to be normal. To be a divine being, you have a good advice when I say that it's important that you are natural, because the natural processes is working together with the universal divine development, not the so-called normal system. The normality you can use if you use it in a good way to understand and work with some things, but it's not what you should be aiming at in your inner development. So I hope you hear the difference in what I said here. And this is all love revolution, rainbow light tunnel, and to transform to victory. This is love unity. So, this is some things I told and talked about today that is so important. And it's totally amazing if you listen to this video more than 1, 2, 3, 4 times, especially now in December 2019, because we are shifting greatly to year 2020. And then it will come so much more new light codes that are totally amazing. And you will have a better, standing point to have this working for you if you go through what I talk about here. And sometimes you don't need to understand everything, but you can listen to this because it will go into you. It will go into your DNA and you will have the light codes, and they can actually work inside of you and develop you sometimes, many times, without you are actually conscious of it and how it works. So remember this, just by listening to this video and also by giving me support, because it is through me what I are as an energy, as a divine being who talks to you through this YouTube video now. My voice, my energy, the light codes I'm giving you. Remember, this is a free YouTube video, but I'm doing this and putting in all my life in what I give out on YouTube. Remember, my whole life is behind what I put out in YouTube, in my YouTube videos. It's not a small thing. That's not a small thing. You have it for free. So if you can support me in any way you can think of, you can give me a donation to my dolphin yoga practice. You can give me help by sharing my videos to your friends, and you can give me support by you can tell other people that this is good videos I do, because they will have help by them, because I already helped so many people around the earth with my speeches and my healing and my teachings and my light works. So you can help me in many ways. So do that. If you do that, you will actually have more help yourself too, because that's how it works in these dimensions. If you honor people who give you help, light codes and divine love through these teachings I do and give out, you will have help yourself too. You will have more help yourself too. This is how it works. This is truly how it divinely works. So, Thank you for listening to my very interesting, very important, divine messages. I had to give you today in this rainbow tunnel video. This about episode 7 from me, Divine Shamama, and Ascension Guide Freja Enjoy. This is Rainbow Light Codes. This is Rainbow Light Codes in the Rainbow Light Tunnel 2019. The last month of this year, December 2019. This is Love Revolution. And this is me, Freja Enjoy. Wolf Eye Dances with Dolphins. Coming with this sacred divine message to you today. From my inner peace, from my unconditional love, from my divine light. And I say blessings to you. I say blessings to you. I say I send you love. And if you like my video, please, thank you. Give me and my video and this knowledge and message a like. Click the like button. And if you're new listening to my YouTube channel, subscribe directly and also click on the bell when it comes up, because then you will have immediately information when I give out new videos. And I do that regularly, at least one a week, sometimes 3 or 4 a week. And you can see sometimes it looks like I didn't give out in maybe 2 weeks, because sometimes it will be a little gap because I work so much sometimes out in the wilderness where there is no Wi-Fi, and I have no possibility to produce, because I need to be many hours on the Wi-Fi and also have charged my technique to give out my video. I can maybe I have done the video, but I cannot actually give it out because of that it takes many hours to work out to produce my video to YouTube. But then I try to give you more videos. Maybe it can be 4 or 5 videos 1 week then. So don't think I don't remember you or think of you, but because I think of you, my subscribers on YouTube, and you subscribers to come in all the time. I do this for you, and I do this with 100% good intent and from love, light, and blessings. Thank you very much. Have a really beautiful day. Blessings from me, Freja Enjoy, in North New Zealand. Today, Tuesday, 3rd of December 2019. Blessings.